it is looking like a cardigan now. So I've got the shoulders, got the lower part of the cardigan, and I've got the arms here. Let's start cuffing and adding a border and a border around the body next. So I've already made one cuff. I'm going to show you how to make a cuff but using the other side. I'm going to grab my 3.5mm crochet hook and I'm going to go ahead and chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I'm going to skip the first stitch and we're simply going to single crochet until we reach the end. I am going to rib the cuff just as I've shown you on the other side because I think it's going to bring the cardigan in a lot more and just make it fit nicely on the body. Just trying to get into that last stitch there. There we go. What we're going to do now is we're going to chain one, turn around, and we're going to start to rib this. How we rib is we are going to go in the first stitch. So can you see that there's 2 stitches? And single crochet all the way until we reach the end. So we're not going through both stitches and double crocheting. Sorry, we're not going through both stitches and single crocheting. We are only going through the back stitch. And look, I just want to show you here. Can you see how that rib pattern is coming to life already? Now look here. The normal I would look at this and think, okay, chain one, turn around. No, there is still another stitch here. It's right there at the back. You must get into every single stitch or your cuff will be uneven. Chain one, turn the work around, and single crochet all the way until the end. So you're going to keep going until you're happy with the length of your cuff. So I'm going to ensure that this cuff fits nicely around my wrist. And I think I'm going to need about 24 single crochet chains in order for this to fit my wrist. So I'm going to crack on with this off camera and then I shall come back. Right, so I have finished my cuff. It fits nicely around my wrist. I can get it off and on my hand. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and single crochet this together, or slip stitch it if you wish to. There is no right or wrong side to the cuff because it's very much the same pattern. So it's the same either way. Just get the very last stitch in. Like so. There we go, done. Now let's look at stitching the cuff to the actual arm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and I am going to slip stitch into the corners of the flower and the center of it. So I'm going to go and slip stitch here, and we need to make sure that this entire sleeve is connected to this little cuff. So I'm not faffing around with any sewing needles, so I'm just going to single crochet around the cuff in order to connect it to this. So I'm going to pick up the next bit that I need to connect to the cuff, which is the center of this rose. So I'm going to drop a slip stitch just like that. And every few other chains, I'm going to connect a bit of the arm to the cuff. So I've done about 4 single crochets. So now I'm going to connect the next bit to the cuff. I just want to show you what I'm doing here. So if I really pull that, can you see that entire rose flowers become connected to this side? But I need to connect another 2 to it. So I'm just being really, really mindful that every like 3 or 4 stitches, I need to connect a little bit of this. So I've done 3 single crochets. Now I'm going to go straight back in and connect a bit more of the arm. And I shall carry on single crocheting around. I'm just going to check how much space I've got left. So I've got to get that much cuff stitched into this much space. So I've done about 3 single crochets, Now I'm going to connect that corner like this. And let's finish off the rest. Now, what have I got left? Oh, I've only got 1 bit left. And I think I will connect that slap bang in the middle of the space that I've got left. So I shall do 3 single crochets this time. And now I will pick up the middle of that rose flower, single crochet, and I'm going to just carry on single crocheting until I reach the end. And when I get to the first single crochet stitch, I'll just slip stitch into that, grab my scissors, and I will snip the yarn. Of course I will hide this away later, but check that out. Can you see how beautiful and seamless that looks? And it really brings in the entire arm together.